Fofamit here, and I'm quite experienced with facial tracking, either using a iPhone or VR facial tracking, as you might have seen in one of my last videos on 10-point tracking. And today I'm going to be talking about the current state of VR facial tracking and basically the lack of headsets that you could actually get full facial tracking with. And this is a clip from my Twitch stream that I've edited down for you. If you are looking for a VR headset that has facial tracking, there's not a lot of options out there right now. Basically, there are a handful of headsets that do support some kind of facial tracking, but the problem is that not a lot of them support full facial tracking. So what do I mean? Let me start with the headset. So there is the PiMax headset, which you can get the eye tracking add-on. And with that eye tracking add-on, you can attach the Vive facial tracker to it, basically by duct taping it to it and hopefully getting it in the right position. And then that way you can get full facial tracking. But like the PiMax is problematic because it's not intuitive and easy to use. And you have to add in the Vive facial tracker anyway. And I know that PiMax has announced a new headset, but the problem is that at this time it's not out and we don't know when it's going to be coming out. So the other headset that has full facial tracking is the HP Reverb G2 Omnicept edition. It has to be the Omnicept edition. The problem with that is that one is it's more expensive. Two, it's using proprietary facial tracking stuff. And the problem with that is that it's not using Tobii. It's basically just using their own special sauce hardware and software. The problem with that is that to develop for the HP Reverb G2 Omnicept edition, you need to be subscribed to HP's developer program, which basically has a barrier to entry of you must pay money. It's a very niche headset that doesn't have a lot of install base. Basically nothing supports it. There are other VR headsets. So let's say if you get an Oculus Quest or a Valve Index, or HTC Vive Pro 2. None of them have eye tracking, which is very problematic. The only way you can get eye tracking is by buying a third-party eye tracking add-on. You cannot use the PiMax eye tracking add-on because it's specifically designed for those crazy giant lenses that the PiMax has. So you can't really insert it into any other headset. So there is another one, which is the Drulon F1 that you can insert into other headsets. And is specifically designed to work with HTC headsets. Issue being, it's impossible to buy. It's completely sold out, and I don't know anyone that's able to buy one. There is supposed to be an F2 coming out. There's basically been no word on that. The best you could actually hope for right now for most headsets is to just buy the HTC Vive facial tracking add-on and then just duct tape it to whatever headset that you have now, and then you can have half facial tracking. So that means anything that's below your nose can be tracked, like what you're going to be seeing on screen right now. How do I have full facial tracking when I am in VR? It's because I actually bought the Vive Pro Eye, and I don't recommend anyone buying this headset because it's either the same price or more expensive than the Valve Index. You get an inferior experience. The microphone on it is garbage. The headphones on it are subpar. The screen, it is OLED, but it has a lower field of view, and the lenses aren't as good, so you get more God raying than you would on the Valve Index. And the refresh rate is not as good. So basically you're buying an old moldy headset from 2018 for facial tracking. It just doesn't seem worth it. I would say right now, if you really, really want facial tracking in VR, my recommendation is just add the Vive lip tracking module to whatever headset you have, because I believe you can buy them for anywhere from $100 to $150, and you can just duct tape it on and then just hold out until you can find a headset whenever one releases that has full facial tracking. Thank you so much to all of my patrons on Patreon. Without your support, I would not be able to do videos like this. I really, really appreciate you, and thank you again so much. Also, you can hit the join button and become a member of the YouTube. You don't really get too much, but I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.